Okay, so now that we've taken a look at how to get SEO leads, we're going to show you how you can easily go in and get tons and tons of cheap traffic that would convert into leads. Now, it's not going to be as high as a ratio as it would with somebody who goes into the search engines and types for Dallas, Dallas deck builder or things like that, but you're going to be positioning a banner ad on sites in Dallas, if that's your target area, that would target in residential homeowners or whoever it is that you're going after. It would show only on those specific content sites. And this is really like advertising like the big boys, but doing it on a small scale, a small budget, okay? Because most of your clicks, surprisingly, you're going to be paying per click still, but most of your clicks are going to cost less than 10 cents, all right? So let's take a look at what that means for you. The calculator here, let's say you get an average of 5 cents a click and you have $100 to test with to try to generate some leads. Out of that $100, you divide that by 5 cents, and if you're quick with math, you already know that you can get 2,000 clicks. 2,000 clicks on your banner ad that says, get 3 free quotes, or get a free quote, or the best quote for a deck repair in Dallas. Click here or whatever. And when they click there, they're going to go right to your actual page, your landing page that we just talked about developing. Out of those 2,000, the numbers are going to vary depending on how you have the site set up. But if you even conservatively got 10 of them to call, we see between 3% on the high end, but that's 60 phone calls that are made for people who are looking for that. Now we say with this type of traffic you should plan for 2%, so let's cut that in half. Let's say 30 phone calls. So we're going to have 30 phone calls at $40 a piece. Obviously, that's $1,200 minus the $100 that you spent, and now you have a winning lead campaign. You just made $1,100 in leads on a broad scale campaign. And this traffic, if you can make it work, you can scale very large within that one city or town. Okay, I would go into nearby cities, not just Dallas. Maybe you go across the state to Fort Worth or something like that. If we take a look at it, you're going to go into Google and you're going to put in adwords.google.com if you don't already have an AdWords account. Log in here and you want to go to create a campaign, and the campaign type, start with display network only, display ad builder. Okay, you only want to do the display. We're not concerned with text ads. We're not concerned with paying $4 per click or any of that stuff right now. I'll show you about that in a minute. But we're going to start with that, the display. That was display network only, display ad builder. We're going to let Google build our ad. We're going to use their tool to build our ad first. And this is going to get you approved a lot quicker because they feel as though if you're using their tool to build the ad, that you're more likely to be in compliance than if you just to bring your own ad in for whatever reason. Now you come in here and your category, you're going to say United States. Actually, let me choose. And you're going to choose, you can choose by the map or by typing it in. Let's just choose United States here. Let's say Texas. We want to get closer in there. Let's just say Dallas. Dallas, Texas. It says the reach right there. So you know what the reach is and you just want to add that. And then if you want to look at nearby places to see the reach as well. There, if you're not familiar with the area, let's say you're doing a campaign for a city or a town that you're not living in, you can see, well, nearby we have Plano, Texas, Irving, and you see the reach, the approximate traffic for that area. So I would pull in even, let's say we want to add that, so now the reach is that big, and basically you just go ahead and select those. You can select all of them if you think it's wide enough. I wouldn't, but it depends on how many clients you have. And we're going to get to that in the client section. If you have clients all across Texas, you can just go for the whole state. If you're focused solely in Dallas and your client, your your business is your plumber or whatever he is, won't go outside of Irving or won't go outside of Dallas or whatever, then you got to get your leads there. What language? English. Display network. Okay. Right now we keep it on all available devices. If you say let me choose, you can choose between desktop, laptop computers. Um, I would say you could take it off for now, off of mobile, and you can leave tablets with full browsers. Okay. Um, Set up a separate campaign for just the mobile. So you want to separate them. And I would even take off tablet and have a separate campaign for that so that you can see and you can monitor them individually. Then you come on down to bidding and you're going to set your default bid. You can start this at 10 cents and then you're going to come down, okay? In a budget of $50 a day. You won't hit that unless you want to, but start at $50 a day, 10 cents. You're going to work this thing down all the way to 1 cent per click. All right, it's going to be, and that's where you're getting a crap load of traffic for $100 or even $50. We want to go with the accelerated delivery method. This is going to show you the ads as quickly as possible that Google can deliver it to you. And we're also going to do, you can come into the actual ad itself here, if you just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see that you can put your phone number there. And this phone number obviously will be your lead gen phone number that you've already set up. So they may just call for the quotes without even clicking the ad. Okay? And you can see the benefits of that. And then you can go on down here, and for scheduling, this is optional. Also, that you will see that Google has they're testing. They have this click to call as well for mobile phones. You can click it, you can select it, and have the option for them to click the call. We haven't tested that yet, and it may be worth testing. But so far, we've had great success by putting the phone number inside the actual ad. Schedule. Start date whenever you want to start. End date, it's fine. You don't have to bother any of that stuff. Ad rotation, you want to optimize it for clicks. Sorry, you want to rotate the ads evenly at first, then you want to optimize. When you rotate them evenly, you're going to give all your ads a fair shot, and that's what you want to do. And then as you start to see a clear-cut winner, you can start, showing. You can show the ones, cut the ones that are performing for you, and keep the ones that are performing for you, and cut the ones that are just they're duds. Frequency cap, you can keep it at no cap. Demographic bidding, leave all this stuff the same. You get here to the second page after clicking submit. What happens is we're going to have to pick the keyword. So first of all, you're going to give your campaign ad group a name. So your name is ad group, something like to describe it, like PCs only, laptops only, Dallas plumbing, or something like that. And then you want to go ahead and keep display ad builder selected. And here's where you enter your keywords. When you're entering the keywords for this type of campaign, it's more of an art form than it is a science. And the reason I say that is because you're trying to find, just because somebody needs to have some plumbing work, or let's say a deck built, okay, doesn't mean they're out there looking at deck sites. All right, because remember, your ad that you're designing here is going to be showing on sites. So if you say only show this ad on sites that are solely about decks, you're going to cut your traffic down. People that are looking for, they may need deck services, right? But they're not looking for, this isn't search traffic. They're not typing it in. They could be browsing various sites. So you have to try to enter the mindset of the actual person who needs the service, depending on what that service is. And depending on what it is, you can kind of determine what other sites they'll be on. So, for example, if it's deck repair or deck replacement, there's a good chance that they will be on sites that are about deck designs. Looking for new deck designs before they even decide to replace the darn thing. They want to know what they're going to have built. So if you see here on the Google tool for deck designs, there's 200,000. There's about 135 local monthly searches. 135,000. Okay, so we could take that keyword and we add that broad keyword to our list because we will want. What happens is now is that when they're looking at a deck design site, and if we're one of the top bidders, Google has there's a Google ad box on there. They're going to see our ad that says basically something. You want to install some fear in the ad, so it would say, "Wait before you don't make these 5 mistakes when getting your deck redesigned in Dallas," or "Dallas deck design, mistakes," or you want to keep the local word in there. All right, you definitely want to keep because that calls them out. If you live in Dallas and you know your deck's crap and you've been looking, you're on a site and you're looking at deck designs, and over on the right there's an ad that says, "Don't make these deck design mistakes in Dallas." So Dallas deck designers reviewed. Get a free quote. Well, that's just calling you out. You're clicking that. Or even better, it has the number right there. You can pick up the phone and give the call. Even if they go through your banner, they're still going to land on your page, and you know what you have there. You have your click to call in place. You have your exit pops. You have it so that they're not leaving your site without taking some sort of action. Even if the action is just closing the window that pops up. You've made it very, you focused on giving them a lot of information, hopefully, okay, if you've listened to me to this point, and you're giving them exactly what they want to find, even though they were on another site. So always want to try the local area and the base word. So let's say if it's Dallas deck, and see what words Google suggests for that local area. You see that small traffic there, but if you come down here, building a deck. Okay, so if somebody's looking to have the deck redone, I would grab that keyword, and I would grab as many of these big keywords as possible, because you have to realize even if it has large monthly global search or local, it's going to be even smaller, much smaller, dramatically smaller for that particular city. If you're in a top, and that's only if you're in the top cities in the country. If you're in a really small city, you may not see any traffic on very specific words. So you have to pick words. You have to pick words that get enough traffic, and so that you can filter through and only show it to a certain percentage of the population which lives in Dallas. And then it's going to filter down and only show the ad. Only the people who are interested in having a deck redone are the ones that are going to click the ad, or interested in a plumber, or getting a mortgage, or whatever it is, the lead campaign that you're trying to set up. So that's how you can go into AdWords and leverage the content network to get really, really cheap clicks. You have to be creative when picking the keywords. And I wanted to stress this, don't be bound to just words related to deck. I would even go in here, for example, and I would put HDTV. Just common things that somebody in that situation may be looking at. So now anybody that's going to a site that's talking anything related to HDTV, which you see gets 1 million searches, almost 2 million searches a month. If they live in Dallas, well, my deck free quote on deck repair ad is going to show. All right, so think broad with this, and then just monitor your results. You can afford to get 100 clicks if it's only going to cost you $1. Okay, that's the type of traffic. If you can make it convert, you have achieved local alchemy at its finest. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this in action. This isn't our site, but I just happen to notice it's a competitor that does pretty much the exact same setup. They have hopped on a blog through looks like Google advertising, like I just showed you how to set up. And here's the ad. This ad can also be seen. You can open it up in a new browser. If you stick to this design, this simple design, the only thing that I would change is maybe to test having a person looking in the camera, like looking out at the person viewing the site, making eye contact. But this design will get you leads, okay? This design will get you leads. White top, a stripe color in the middle, and a darker color in the bottom, all right? It works for several reasons. Number one, it starts lighter and it gets darker, so your eye naturally gravitates down to the click here. Number two, at the top, hand selected, which is implying that they've taken the time to weed out the crappy service providers for roofing contractors or whatever, and then it screams their area at them. So this could be Dallas. This could be, Beverly Hills. It could be whatever. Hand selected, Beverly Hills, whoever, mortgage broker, roofing contractor. All right. So I would say nobody can copyright this ad. This is actually almost identical type of ad that we've run very successfully for about 6 months now, and you will serve yourself well to copy this. All right. If you're going to be hiring a whatever, this is a must-see site. Okay. Click here. Now, when you click there, let's say they just came from your site in AdWords, from whatever site they were looking at that was on the AdWord network. I should say on the Google network. They were reading about whatever. It could have been even Oprah Winfrey's site, and they saw that. I'm going to show you in a second how you can target that ad to only people in that town, in addition to what you've already learned with the Google Content Network. But you see, just for kicks, same thing. They're getting people to go to a phone call. Obviously, this is a lead service, and they play on the fear factor, like I told you. Choosing the wrong roofing contractor can cost you thousands of dollars. Use our pre-screened contractors. You know what they're doing already, right? What we talked about before. Use our pre-screened contractors to avoid the problems. All right, and then call us now. So this site, this site could be a six-figure site. I don't know who owns this, but they have it set up almost ideally. I mean, I would have a click to call up here, but they're probably doing pretty good. Free report delivered to you. Here you go. They're setting themselves up like Service Magic. Okay. Request 3 free. So we know exactly what they're doing here. Request 3 roofing estimates in 20 seconds, or call us toll free. All right. So that toll free number, they're going to filter those leads out, sell the lead 3 times, and collect the payments. If you want to look at this site, again, we have no affiliation with this, but it's Owens, OWENS -roofing.com. More importantly, check out that ad right there and model yours after that. Because now I'm going to show you something that's going to blow you away, if you haven't been already. Now is go to Google. Let's put in there. Put in Google Ad Planner. All right. Once you do that, you're going to come and double click Ad Planner. It should be the first listing. You're going to sign in with your Google AdWords account. Once you get in, once you're logged in, you're going to click right here in this middle tab that says Search for Placement. What we're doing is searching for places in Dallas that we can put that banner that I just showed you onto those sites. All right, you're going to jump in front of the traffic. If there's a large population of people in Dallas that are searching certain types of sites, we want our banner to show. Even some generic sites. As time goes on and your cash flow starts to roll in, and you can afford to advertise on more broad sites, like just weather sites. People who check the weather site. You can have your deck repair company thing right there, or your mortgage, your home refinance lead. It depends on the actual lead that you're trying to generate. But a lot of these people, all of them, people are people. And just like I said, just because they're in need of a service, that doesn't define their lifestyle. It doesn't mean that they're on deck sites all day. You know what I mean? They go and look at other sites. As long as you get them into that area, to that specific area where they live, then anybody could be a valid lead. Let's face it. So in Google Ad Planner, it's going to make this really easy for you. All you do is you come in. What are you looking for? All right. First things first, you're looking for the placement, and we want to do match, and it brings you here. Okay. This is a sort of a directory of all the different placements that are available that are within in this double-click Ad Planner. Now it's called Google Ad Planner Database. And you see here they have Facebook, and it tells you the reach, how many users, unique visitors, per day, and the specs of the ads. It says that, for example, Facebook accepts text ads, they accept display ads, and video ads here. How many impressions per day? Filtered 20 million to 50 million. So we're gonna filter this whole thing down to only people that are searching sites that are coming from the Dallas area. So first of all, we're going to go to geography, and we're going to scroll down to the United States. You'll just tailor this to wherever your leads that you're trying to generate are. Okay, we're going to do Texas, not all of Texas. I'm going to open the box up. These are expandable boxes. And let's say Dallas, because we've been keeping that theme there. And we click OK. And now it's going to filter out the sites. So now these sites are more tailored towards Dallas. And you see here we have page views. Huge traffic here. These are large amounts of traffic. I mean, look at these unique visitors total. And these are in more Dallas targeted sites. So we have real estate listings, Remax, Texas. You can see that they have here, I lost it going across. 10 to 100,000 impressions per day. Okay, and this site will allow you to buy a display ad. The display ad that I showed you earlier, that was for a 300 by 250. If you didn't already know that, write that down. That will be one of your most profitable sizes of ads that you can create. 300 by 200. A 300 by 200 ad, let me see if I still have that up so you can see it. It looks like this. This is the shape of a 300 by 200. 300 by 250 ad, 300 by 200, all around the same. It looks like that. So you see here on Remax Texas, they have that ad available. You can get 10,000 impressions. Okay. You always want to check the site out. You can click the link and get more detail. It says advertising accepted, yes. Google Display Network, yes. Buyable on AdWords, yes. Those are the 3 checks that we are looking for. Okay, and then you can scroll down and get a better feel of the type of people who come to the site. You know, older age range, over 30 mostly. Female, household income, mid-range. And, Dallas, Fort Worth is the affinity, meaning they're coming from that area, Texas. So it's a strong affinity to that site. But if you look over here, you'll see other sites that they also visited that are in the database. And the affinity is how closely the relation is to your original search. So now you see Texas Realtors. This site, I don't even know what it is, but it has a pretty high affinity. And you can check it out. You just click it and see what it is. Obviously, it's related to Texas. See what it is. There's no subcategory. I'm just curious just to see. Oh, this is MLS for Texas Realtors. No wonder it's visited a lot. Okay, it's where the brokers go to list and edit their listings and manage property. So go back. That looks like they logged us out. I haven't even filtered anything out of this yet. It's just the fact that they're in Texas. What sites are most popular that they're visiting? Some of these sites have 100,000 plus impressions per day, not per month. So there's no shortage of traffic once you can get it profitable. And what that means for you is more and more leads, more and more phone calls. More phone calls equals a bigger bank account for you. You'll get to love these phone calls as you get the call late notifications that calls are being generated. And play with getting as refined as you want. Okay, demographically, let's say you're targeting something that is only for people. It wouldn't make sense to show it to sites that are tailored around teenagers. Let's say it's a homeowner issue, or 18 to 24 for that matter. Let's just say you want to do 35, 45 to 54, 55 to 64, 65 plus. Okay, let's leave those unchecked. I'm sorry. And let's say you want to do homeowners in a decent income bracket. They're going to be able to pay for the big jobs. And now when you do that, you can filter down the site selections even more. So that's the type of thinking you have to have. And it's not going to be spot on. Like I said, more of an art than a science. But you can see it made the selection a little easier for you. So now you have Dallas, movie times. These are just Dallas-related sites that a lot of traffic and your demographics are going to be visiting that may have issues with whatever home service or whatever service it is that you're trying to generate leads for. Okay, I hope you're understanding that now. And what you don't want to do is just limit it down to only deck sites. But you can go a little bit more targeted. And you can do maybe people who have interest in home repair or things like that. You can just click on interest. And we click on the whole home and garden for one. We say we click on the home and garden. And we click OK. Now these are going to be sites that are home and garden, home related. Okay, so you see do-it-yourself network. Okay, you see that's 10,000 impressions a day, and I believe they accept. Yeah, they have the 300 by 250 ad. Okay, so let's take a look at that. We have I think that's Best Home and Garden right there. Good Housekeeping. You see some of these more niche type sites have less than 1,000 impressions a day. So the more niched you get it, the less impressions you can expect. But it's no harm in starting small, testing the waters. This is all Dallas traffic that you can get on there. Let's see. Yeah. So where is it? Oh, here it is. Do it yourself. Yeah. So they have buyable ads on AdWords. So now I have a site, right? And I want to bid on that site. I want to put an ad on that site. I want to put that ad that I just designed. You're anxious to get it on there. How the hell am I going to do that? Well, they make it really, really easily now that Google has purchased this site. They own it. They integrated it quite nicely. Just check the box. You go over here and you say export to AdWords. When you export to AdWords, it says number of placements to export to AdWords, 1, continue, boom. Less than 10 seconds, all your placements are in AdWords and you can be running your ads on those sites. Folks, I don't know how many people are teaching this when it comes to lead gen. I know other guys are using this for CPA and all kinds of stuff. Buying ads on sites is one of the quickest, most effective, most time-tested means of traffic. Okay? The reason is just for naturally, when you think about it, the web itself, the traffic is there. Okay? People are looking at sites that they're interested in, and their IP address is saying where they live, where they reside. So you can filter by the area. So naturally, if you jump in front of the traffic that's already there, it's a lot easier to get it in large volumes than in you trying to go and get your ad competing for other people on pay-per-click basis and put your little text ad on this text page with all these other text ads. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pay-per-click, but if you can get your image ad on sites in front of your target audience in large numbers, that's where it's at, and it's where you'll put your lead generation on autopilot. So I hope this is a big takeaway for you, but we got some more stuff to show you. Some of you are going to say, Jay, I want to still do pay-per-click. I can put money in and I can see money come out, and is it possible to do pay-per-click with lead gen? Absolutely. It's still possible to do pay-per-click. You just have to figure the numbers first and do it smart. For pay-per-click campaigns running for each city right now. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to go into your Google AdWords account again, go to set up a search only campaign, okay, and let's put in here Dallas Deck as you see, and for Dallas Deck it's 3,000 searches, well about 2,000 searches local. This doesn't mean jack, okay, you don't know what it's going to get. This is a broad number. It could be 5,000, could be 500, all right, you won't know until you start running this campaign. But you see this number here, approximate cost per click, $2.55. All right, so we're going to use that as a base, and we're going to calculate some things here. Pull up the calculator here, and let's say I would run a calculation and see if this makes sense. Let's say we know that this decking company is going to pay us $50 per lead. Okay, let's see if we can buy some leads. All right, so we're going to come in here. We're going to say 100 clicks. What's 100 clicks going to cost us? And even though we know it, we're just going to figure that it's 10. It's 100 clicks times $2.55. That's $255 for those clicks. Okay. Out of the 100 leads that come in, you get, say you get 11% to call the phone, okay? Which is respectable. So we're going to multiply that times 0.11. Okay, obviously we get 11 calls. Those 11 calls pay out $50 a lead. That's $550. Let's say one of them was a hang up, so let's just call it an even $500, okay? The other lead you couldn't charge your client for. So is it worth it for you to do a pay-per-click under those circumstances? Okay, what does it really cost you to get that $500? You know, and then that will tell you if it was profitable. So you just need to come in here and say, if it cost you, remember it was $255 for those 100 leads, 100 clicks, but you got 11 leads out of it. So 255 divided by 11 brought it to about $23 a lead. So if you're getting paid $50 a lead, and then they're charging you, it's costing you $23 in Google clicks to get that lead, you're profitable, okay? And you could do that all day long. You'll trade $23 for $50 all day long. It's just a matter of how many different keyword combinations can you get that to work for. Okay, it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes it may end up at $56, right? And you're only getting $50 a lead. And in that sense, you know, it wouldn't work out. Unless, let's say it cost you $30 a lead. And I want you guys to think like this, because when you start thinking like this, then you can pretty much double your business overnight. Say it cost you let's say it cost you $25 a lead. you have a client that's going to pay you $20 a lead because it's a non-exclusive, right? So now you think, okay, you're losing $3 on every lead. Are you? If you've been paying attention, you know that you're not losing anything. Because, yes, it cost you $23 to generate that one lead that you give to that one client who's only going to pay you $20, and you lose $3 on him. But what about the other two? Because this is a non-exclusive lead. So you've promised your customer you'll get them 3 free quotes. So there's still 2 more businesses that you're going to give this lead to. Now you're profitable. So it's on how you monetize it on the back end. And maybe you lose money on leads. Maybe you're still providing leads, right? But your clients are buying other services from you. If you have a strong back end, you can fudge with the numbers on the front end. And pay-per-click, you can build your entire lead business off pay-per-click solely. All right? So you have to work the numbers and work this cost per click, this approximate cost per click to see before you even get in. Okay, so now I've given you the keys to the kingdom, basically. I mean, you've learned how to get your lead machine rolling, but to get it, through organic traffic. You've learned how to get it through pay-per-click campaigns, traditional pay-per-click Google campaigns, and through content network campaigns on Google's network. And then if you really took that lesson about the double-click and going through sites directly to put your banner on, you can expect huge amounts of traffic immediately as soon as those ads go live. Okay, you have to test those responsibly. You can burn through a lot of cash pretty quickly if you don't set up the campaigns with limitations. And you pick sites that are, like we said in that Dallas example, sites that are in that Dallas area that are somewhat related to home repair, home improvement. And you can see what kind of response you get to that banner, and then you just increase it accordingly. Okay. In the next section, we're going to go over offline lead generation, sending them to the same phone numbers, offline, online. It's sort of a hybrid, very powerful as well, and could be run all by itself. I've had the pleasure to meet guys who do this on many different levels. We just happen to do it in a hybrid way where we combine a lot of the best tactics. Some guys solely only deal with pay-per-click lead gen. Some only deal with putting banners on sites, types of lead gen. And some only do offline lead gen. What I'm giving you here in Local Marketing Alchemy is a smorgasbord to choose from. You don't have to feel obligated to jump into all of these lead gen tactics at once. Quite honestly, you'll probably get overwhelmed because I'm laying it all out. I want you guys to have everything that we do and know everything that we're planning on doing. And you're going to get into that later chapters as well, later sections. But with offline lead gen, you don't have to start there. But I will tell you, there are some tactics that you're about to learn in the next video that are just caveman stupid, but they work like crazy. They seem too simple to work, and they generate 30, 40 leads for us per month, 50 leads for us per month. And these are at $40, $50 a piece, all right, in various niches for various clients. So technically, you could build a business around any of these individual tactics. What I would do is to keep going through. If you're tempted to stop here at online lead generation and just going with the online lead magnets, we call them, and to get started, I would say hold tight, go through the next sections, because you may just see a tactic that you want to start first. And then when you're done with everything, if you're not going to go through all the videos again, to just draw out your plan, and we'll help you with that. I'm going to show you exactly what to do with the action plan at the end. But for now, move on to the next section, offline lead magnets.